Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Angela Neufeld here, coming to you from my cozy couch, coming to say hello and talk a little bit all about becoming a person of integrity. Now, what exactly does that even mean? So, if you think about the word integrity, do you think of certain individuals? Do certain people come to mind? Sometimes when you think of that word integrity, you also think of who comes to mind as people that don't have integrity. Sometimes it's easy to find and look at those people easier than it is to find the people of integrity. But shouldn't it be the opposite? Shouldn't we be able to see way more people that you can say have integrity than not? It's interesting, isn't it? Depends who you ask. So, what does integrity actually mean? Well, for me, it means, hi Janice. For me, integrity means being impeccable with my word. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Unless there's a medical crisis or something, which people do give me a lot of grace for, I try to be impeccable with my word. If I commit to doing something, I show up. And if I have said yes to something already, then I have committed to it. But that doesn't mean that we can't hold space for ourselves and say no and change our mind with dignity and respect if we're just so overloaded with something. But the point of integrity is to stick with what you say you're going to do and do it. If you're supposed to be somewhere at a certain time, be somewhere at a certain time or a few minutes early. Those are just the signs of someone with integrity. Also, when you commit to doing something, you completely follow through and honor that person who ever invited you to do whatever the thing was. There's just so many different things that we can do to have integrity. So this year, 2025, I am very focused on expanding that thing, having boundaries around what I say yes to and what I say no to, having much, much, much clearer boundaries, because boundaries and values are so important, because I need to know before I commit to things and people what I'm saying yes to, and also why I'm saying yes to it, because I don't want to go back and turn around and say no. So I think having integrity has so much to do with your values and if you don't jump to make decisions, wait to think about things and make sure that they're the right thing for you, the right fit for whatever you're agreeing to or committing to before you say that, so that you can follow through. Because a lot of times we make rash decisions and then we have all these regrets and we resent that we decided that we were going to do this thing and sign up or drive this person or join this group or whatever we were going to do. And then we feel all these other emotions around it. And so it's important before we say yes in decision making to decide if that aligns with who we truly are, and do we have time for it, and do you have time for it emotionally and mentally? Are you capable of adding something to your calendar, committing to the thing and following completely through with it, and honoring your decision and the other person if it involves that? Are you a person who finishes what you start? So many times I have been distracted from things and not finish them. And I really heavily focusing on finishing projects and things that I start, except like little hobbies and things like craft projects that are seasonal and this and that. But if I start something, creating something, I want to finish it. I don't want to continue to abandon projects and abandon all of these things that I start. I want to follow through and get refocused this year on, put kind of the horse blinders on, if you will, and really the things I set out to do, do them until they're complete and then start something else. Because that's a big part of the problem, is starting so many things at one time. Because I'm multi-passionate, and I don't know about you guys, but when you're multi-passionate, you have so many different interests and ideas and thoughts, and they're just coming all the time. You're a lot of times I have so much creative flow, I'm like writing down notes, and then you can only do so much. Like, we're only capable of doing so much without burning the candle at both ends and running ourselves down to the ground, or having burnout, or feeling all emotionally and mentally confused and totally cluttered in our mind full of emotional clutter. And actually, on that topic, physical clutter, I'm reducing a lot of physical clutter in my home and my life this year, because physical clutter creates emotional and mental clutter. Because you know the feeling when you declutter and you get rid of stuff, how amazing it feels. It's like it takes a weight off of your shoulders. So I'm not a minimalist by any means. I actually like stuff, and I like the coziness. Like, I like a cozy house. That's why I live in a log house. And so I'm not getting rid of everything, but I really want to focus this year on having less stuff and bringing less stuff in, because less stuff in means less work for me, less things to clean, less things to dust, less things to get rid of, because you're already getting gifts and having holidays and this and that and collecting stuff, and eventually we just get so much stuff, we're just overwhelmed with all of these things, and then we're emotionally completely and mentally foggy and cluttery, and we have to reduce that. And so that has a lot to do with deciding on what your values are and what you're going to bring in and why you're bringing these things into the house, because you want to be able to, just like saying yes to activities and saying yes or no to things and commitments, saying yes or no to what comes in, because all of this stuff creates so heavy clutter in our minds. And speaking of that, right now in my free community, I have a challenge happening called the Mindful March 5-day challenge, and we are talking all about physical and emotional clutter. And actually, in the classroom of the free community, there's also a tab that is called monthly challenges, because we always do monthly challenges or master classes or workshops in the group in the free community every month. And so there's a whole classroom filled with stuff. And there's one challenge that I did. It was a 3-day workshop called Beyond Survival Emotional Declutter. And if you're liking this live stream, you will love the Emotional Declutter workshop. It's over 6 hours of content, and it's all free. You can click my link in the bio if you want to join the community and get access to all that. And you can just join into our March challenge right now, which I didn't even think of that goes with this talk. So yeah, you're invited. So definitely come in and say hi to me. And what else do I have going on? Well, we have so many things coming up in the next few months that I have in my mind. And that's why I thought of this topic, because I really want to be a finisher. I want to fulfill the ideas that I have before I keep moving forward. I want to prioritize working on things and completing stuff before I move on and starting 100 projects at one time. Because I'm always creating different classes and workshops and programs and things. So that's part of integrity for me. It's going to be starting what I finish, being a person who is impeccable with their word. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. When I say I'm going to do it, I show up on time. And I nurture myself and give myself self-care throughout the entire time, and make time for me, make a lot of time for me, so there is space to be able to do all these things without resentment or regret. And aligning, and before I say yes, having boundaries, knowing what your values are, knowing what your boundaries are, deciding ahead of time. If you're already saying yes, you already know that in your heart. You can feel the physical signs. You can feel the stress. You can feel the tension when you're like, I don't know if I got enough room. That's probably a no. If it's not a heck yes, it's probably a no. You're probably already too full of stuff. And it's at that point that we say yes to things and have all these resentments and stuff around it and don't want to do it, and then go do the thing, and then it's usually fine, but we're just tired. Sometimes we're burning out, just too many things on our plate. Especially as women, we're nurturers. We're always nurturing everybody else around us. We're taking care of everybody, and we are always putting ourselves last most of the time. I learned this the hard way after I ended up being diagnosed with terminal cancer and having to have a heart transplant. That life is over. That life will never happen again. Never again will I put my own health and life on the back burner for so long to people please and make sure everybody else is okay and everybody else has everything they need, and put myself last. It does absolutely nothing for you except make everybody else around you happy and depend on you even more. So I learned the hard way, and I will not take care of myself. I will not fill my calendar so full that I'm stressed right out and I can't function. I will not bring in so much junk into my home that I'm so overwhelmed with clutter that I can't even clean the house properly. And I will not say yes to anything when I really want to say no. And I will listen to my body when I feel the signs and different feelings within my body telling me, and use my intuition of whether or not I should do something. And I will finish what I start, and I will show up on time, and I will be that person that people say we can count on her. She is reliable. She follows through. She is a person of her word. And that is what I want to really focus on this year, moving forward, as one of the million things I want to focus on. But that's what I'm going to be focusing on, and I encourage you to take a stand for yourself. Put yourself finally off of that back burner and forward to the front. Make yourself and your health a priority. And don't clutter up your life so full of things that you just can't, you want to get away from your own life. You need a vacation from your own life because it's so cluttery. We do so much of this to ourselves, honestly. I don't know if you guys have experienced any of that, but we do so much of this to ourselves. But we have to. No one else is going to. I have to. And we have the opportunity to make decisions. Every decision and choice that you've ever made has led you to this place where you are right now. Except maybe some massive, unexpected crisis that is somebody else's. But every choice and decision, the majority of those have brought you to this place right now. Whether you are happy with those decisions or not. They all have brought us to this place. And so now it's time for growth and expansion. And I just feeling so much creative flow and expansion and ideas. I'm just so excited for the future. I'm so excited for Create, Heal, Shine and the community and all the stuff going on and the programs and the free group and the School of Purpose. School of Purpose is my kind of the group that it's, and you join that and you get all unlimited programs, every single thing that I do. So that's like, I have two communities, the free one and the paid one. So that's that. And you can join at any time that you want. And so my focus is to be making that the best place ever. I have so many beautiful ideas, so many visions and things are coming through. The direction I'm headed has so much potential for growth and expansion and beauty and support and up-leveling and shedding of old identities. And I just love it. And since I'm starting over again in my life after all of this crisis and things that have happened, I want to give you permission to start over too. If you needed to feel like you needed someone to say you can do this, you can do this. You have everything in you already that you need to take the journey forward. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. And if not, I'll see you in the communities. Bye, friends.